Welcome back, everybody. It's me, Matt, and we're back here at Gravestowne. Now, for those who, probably wouldn't know this because I never released them, I had started working on Gravestowne and restoring it back in Alpha 16. Here's a couple of clips just to show you what I had done. As you can see, I had done quite a bit of work around the town, and then Alpha 17 dropped in. So that all went out the window. So I'm going to try again, this time here in Alpha 17.3. Now, if you don't know where Gravestown is, it is here on the map. The centre of town is about here, and as you can see, it's at these coordinates just above. So what sort of standard are we looking at doing here in Gravestown? Well, if I head over to the edge of town, my aim is to do something like this with the whole of town. New sidewalks, buildings all repaired, all of the outsides all complete and finished, ready as if it was just before the bombs dropped here in town. My aim also is to do more than that. Quick jump inside sees that I've put in carpet, I've put in some of the furniture, etc. Put in the kitchen, sorted out places for people to sleep, eat, drink, be themselves. So this is a one-bedroom house, as you can see, with a little bit of a balcony. Well, hey. So that's the aim of this series, is to restore Gravestown to this sort of standard. Complete, finished, and all done. Now, I'm not going to go past the edges here, that you can see just here. However, I will erode some of these edges to make sure there's access to the back of these sort of places, to make it look more realistic. So what am I going to start at? Well, I'm going to start with the roads. I'm going to put in brand new footpaths, going to sort out access into places, get rid of all the trash, all the rubbish that's on these roads, blood stains, etc. Fill in the holes that you see, like this one here, and just generally tidy up all the roads so that it looks like it's a road you can drive down again. After that, I might start work on doing all the gardening work, get all of that done, and then after that I will then start work on the actual buildings themselves if I can. So with that, I'm going to start work, and hopefully I'll do a montage at this point to show you all the work that I've done. So let's get to it. So here we are, guys, we're back. Now, first things first, before we go and take a tour of all the roads that I've done, let's have a quick look what I've done here. I've changed all of the colours of the lampposts to a stainless steel colour. I did try out some, like a zebra crossing sort of thing, but it hasn't really worked, so I'm not going to do that on the other roads. I'm going to strip these out. I'm just debating whether or not to put the stop signs from here over to the corners. They seem to look a little bit better there, but I'm just not sure about this. I mean, if I come and have a closer look, you can see. Yeah. So I'm just going to debate on that and have a look. Now, with all of the stuff that I've dug up, I have put them here into this, and I've been making gravel out of it to fill in some of the holes in the road. Now, you will see some of the holes are still around, but that's because I'm waiting for more gravel to be finished off. I would normally just go into the developers area, grab a whole pile and just fill in the hole, but I thought, you know what, this time I will see how much stone and sand I got from digging up the roads, etc., and seeing if I could use that stuff to fill in the holes in the road. And it does look like that's the case. So with that in mind, let's take a quick tour of the town. Now, you'll all remember that there was blood, guts and everything else on these roads, and you can see that they are now all gone. You can also see where I have filled in that there is a bit of a bumpy texture now for it. So maybe something for a future video, maybe actually taking out all of the road and then replacing all of it again with asphalt, but we'll see how we go. Now, entrances to across the block stuff. Now, this is a ramp with a half block with the other half of the ramp, and then I've put these blocks in, but because it doesn't match up with the asphalt, because it leaves a gap, and you can see just on this side here where it comes in, I've put in speed hump to make it blend in quite nicely. So you can see that I have put in this staircase and this 50 block to make up the footpaths, and you can see I've done that all the way around and every street in this part of the map. Now, with the blocks underneath of the lampposts, I'm going to do them as I go and do that particular block. Now, coming over to the main sign, I'm going to do the rest of them as well, but I experimented with this one to see what colours I can do. Now, I'm thinking of doing a graphite colour to do for the buckles, silver for the poles, and green on this side with a stainless steel for the sign itself. And that seems to stand out quite nicely as it stands. So, let's have a look at the rest of the town. Quick pit stop here at the parking garage. There were two entrances that I had to deal with on this one, so I've done the same there, put a little bit of a block there and matched it up with that one. Now, I've put these as more of a shallow sort of entrance due to the fact that the car doesn't like going up these steeper ramps, so I've done them this way. Another quick stop here at the Shotgun Messiah. I've added in the entrance like I would with the rest of them, but what I've done is I've put these half blocks around the outside. Now, what I might do is change this final bottom block to be a solid full block, but I'm just debating on that. But I'll do that when I come round to this area. I did take the tree out of here just to see how it would look and go from there. Now, being here back at the start, as you can see, starting place was over there. I'm going to go across town now and show you what I've done. Now, here was where there was a massive hole, and it takes up a lot of gravel to fill in. So be sure to have somewhere in the region of about 1,000 to adequately fill this, and then put your tarmac over the top if you're going to fill this hole in. As you can see, the one here over the car park is still open. Now, this again is going to take a lot of gravel to fill in. That's why it hasn't been filled just yet. I'll fill in all the smaller ones before I come and do this one. So here we are at the centre of Gravestowne. I've still got to do these lampposts in the centre here just to clean them up, but I will do that and we'll be finished on the roads to a certain extent. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start clearing out all of the debris, probably leave all these mounds because they'll give me an idea of what sort of buildings or stuff was in the area before the bombs dropped on this place. I will clear out things like these boulders from the buildings if I can, any of these sort of broken bricks, or replace them with what would have been there. So for example, there will be a wall there, so I will fill that in, but I will leave the big mounds like this and desks and other things like that, because they'll give me an idea of what I need to put back into the building to a certain extent. And what I'll also try and do is I will also try and tidy up some of these broken end parts on the buildings just to clean them up a little bit so we can see what we've got to work with. So with that, I'm going to head back to the house and I will see you guys in the next update video, hopefully in a week's time or so.